Hello everyone, thank you for joining this 8th reason to host your components in Altium 365 webinar. I am Priyankar Ghosh. I am working as a field application engineer in VVDN Technologies for Altium. Please do visit our website www.vvdntools.com events page for the upcoming webinars and more information. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn for the upcoming webinars, posts, notification, registration links, and more updates. Today, I'll be talking about the major reasons to host your components in Altium 365 cloud storage. So, we are going to start up with the placement and design process. Then we will move on to discuss about traditional methods of component storage. Then we'll talk about some the major disadvantages of the traditional methods to store your components. Then we'll talk about cloud component storage in Altium 365 cloud space. After that, 8 reasons for cloud storage with Altium 365. Then migrating your existing libraries into the cloud space. After that, live demonstration and Q&A section. So if you have any questions, please ask during the Q&A section. So in the design flow, we have component selection first. After that, we are selecting our components and we are creating the components with symbol, footprint, 3D models and other model files like spice simulation model files. Then we are creating schematic, PCB file, component placement, layer stack management, constraints, routing and outputs. So this is the design process. So basically there are many different methods for component storage. So there is several types of component storage. First, we have individual local storage. Means this is your personal storage, library, schematic, PCB, everything you can store in your local storage. Second, we have local storage in the component in the company network. So this kind of library can be organized over your company server network drive. Generally, we are using database library for this. So easily we can connect your company server through VPN. Then we have to connect and we have to use our database library. So it is a very issue we are facing with this network library. Sometimes we trigger VPN and strong connection to fetch the database library and data. And lastly we having internet resources. From the internet resources also we are like Octopod or any other website, we are downloading the components and we are using it. So those are traditional methods. Through this traditional methods we are using our managing our components, right? So we have Altium 365 with Altium Designer subscription, so we can easily achieve those advantage. And let's talk about some the major disadvantage of traditional methods. So local storage provide limited data access from your device, right? And other user, while library is stored. When library is stored in your company network, user access is much wider, but it is still limited to access between internal team members. And we would require VPN access to use those library, and we would require maintenance also. to maintain your database library, and it is a very slower access to access those library, and it would require external software support also to maintain your database library, like ODBC connection is required. Unfortunately, there is no server computer or digital storage to provide that 100% guarantee on the data corruption or data losses. So in this case, we will see how Altium 365 help out on this situation, and we can overcome from this problem. So lastly, limited functionality of the local version. So as we are going to create component in Altium 365 to see how we are create components, manage those components, and enhance and updates the components. Now we can look into the cloud component storage in Altium 365. Altium 365 is a cloud-based infrastructure platform, and access is provided by current Altium subscription plans. So there are two current subscription plans level. One is standard and another one is pro. Let's talk about Altium 365 workspace. So Altium 365 workspace is isolated secure environment with Amazon secure, and where we can store your component and project data, as well as manage your team access and settings. Everything we can do under Altium workspace. The hosted workspace will run on the Altium 365 platform, and access provided as included part of an Altium standard subscription. Okay, and we have another one, Altium subscription pro plans, where we can data store, reuse your components, models, and other design data, and we can release the data. Then we can tracking our designs in real time also. So accessing our Altium 365 platform with our Altium subscription pro plans, we can enables in addition with powerful functionality like templates, component templates, life cycles, roles, and more. Everything we can see. 8 reason for cloud storage with Altium 365. All components, as we told, we can store in the same workspace and organize by component name or other parameters. Then we can search and filtered with the options, and we having this kind of capabilities in Altium 365. Then we can search components with similar values or parameters. Then we can compare the components under properties, and we can choose the suitable components which one you want to use. And our existing library can be migrated in workspace, so every user or team member can access those existing library and use it. So you don't need to download this one directly from Altium 365. You can use it when you are creating new components. So there is component validation and verification process of parameters, models, everything we can do, as well as template creation also for the component we can do. Then convenient component access also we can provide, means key globally if you uh, upload over Altium 365 those components, then globally we can access, and even we can provide access to your team member also. So no need to download, directly we can use it. Then whenever component modification is done, so we can see the previous one also, with our version control. So component version control is there. So if you any changes is made, so previous changes as well as current changes, both we can compare and we can see. Then interactive revision verification with active bomb we can do, like we have a revision state. So this revision states can be indicates component is out of date or not, means keep components availability. So and revision states under component properties we can check in active bomb document, and we can quickly update it from properties panel. Okay. And lastly, we can send request for component creation. So if you have separate team member to create a component, then you can create a request through Altium 365 website from any web browser. Component management with component editor. So in Altium Designer, if you connect to your workspace, Altium Cloud 365 workspace, so there will be option will be enabled, that is called library component. Okay, so you can go to file, new component, then you can create your own component, and component editor page will open within a single window. And there you can mention component name, description we can provide, advanced settings like template or type we can mention, then parameters also we can mention, and add your custom parameters also we can add. Then part choice through Altium manufacturer part search we can do, and we can attach the supply details part choice. So from this one we can check stocks availability, supplier information, everything, and the unit price also. And here under models you can add symbol, footprint, as well as simulation model files and other model files we can add. Okay, then we can create. So once you create, so under the new item there will be one option open for editing after creation. So you can check this one and you can create your component. Then automatically once you create it, so this window will open and you can verify before the releasing a component. And if you have existing components in your local machine, so we can make a migration with this. So easily we can migrate your existing components with the option you can choose from file, the main menu, library migrator, and we can migrate the file based libraries. Okay, and here you can see under Altium 365 cloud it will upload with folder based. Okay, so directly from there we can access our components and we can place it. So sharing inside and outside your Altium 365 workspace, easily we can share our data, components, PCB, schematic, each and every file in Altium 365. Then we can share with your organization also. You can directly add uh, your team member user ID and you can directly share it. Even we can share this file with our outside your organization also. So here you can see there is option like edit, view. Okay, so if you want to provide anyone to edit, so you can choose this option and you can share it. Sharing other data like project file, output files, manufacturing files, Gerber files, everything we can share with this Altium 365. Sharing, there is currently two methods to share a project, internally and externally. So internally we can share inside the workspace. User on your team are granted full access to all design files, and Altium 365 Pro plans allows you to define roles for team members and we can add flexibility on this, and life cycles for the design and data management also we can do. Then externally also we can share our workspace data files. Users are limited to read-only access. We can provide and design files are not accessible from within Altium Designer. So user can view, comment and share and download the design through the browser interface, and you can provide access to web interface to anyone with a free Altium Live account or a time-based link via mail also we can send. So let's move to demonstration. Hope my screen is visible to you.
Yes, Priyankar.
Okay. Here you can see under Altium 360, under Altium Designer, we can connect our Altium 365 server. Okay, so from there you can log in and log out. First, we are creating one component. We have to go to File from the main menu, the New Component. And if you choose component, so it will ask for type of the component. Okay, so if you want to add like capacitor or anything you want to create, so from there you can choose, and otherwise if it is not listed, so you can choose undefined, and after that also we can create one more folder for this one. So let's choose capacitor, then click OK. So here you can see new component is opened, and if you have chosen capacitor, so for there uh, the symbol is created automatically, and if you want to edit this one, so there is edit button, so you can directly edit. Okay, and here you can provide the name, then description you can provide. Okay, and if you want to directly acquire the data from your manufacturer parts, so that also we can do. Use all data or use only name, so like that also we can provide. You can use only name, otherwise if you click on the use all data, so all the data from manufacturer part sets it will acquire, and we can create your component. Okay, so here you can see description we have acquired, and under the advanced settings here you can see template also we can use for your component, and you can change the ID also. After that type, so type as we told, from there we can select the type, it's capacitor or resistor or any other components, or if you want to create your own type or any other for any other component, so you can click on that three button, and here you can add type. So if you click new type, like I'm creating capacitor 1 just for example, so like that you can provide, then template you can choose and apply, then okay. Click OK, and from this drop box we can choose capacitor 1. So like that also type also you can create for the component. And then parameters, so parameters also we can add capacitor type, value, package, pins, value, so everything we can add. And if you want to add any other parameters, so that also we can add. Okay, like tolerance, so like that value we can add, and here we can provide. Okay, then if you want to add link of the component from your website and datasheet link, so everything we can provide. After that, part choice, if you want to go with this part, so that is okay. Otherwise, if you want to choose any other part, that also you can do. Click on add button and it will search from our manufacturer part search octopart, and from there we can choose another supplier which is available. Like that you can choose and select OK. And if you want to remove this one, so like that you can select and delete. And if you add any part choice, so then we can see our supplier details information. Okay, then here you can see supplier details, stocks availability, unit price of each component, and you can rate your component also like that. Then here under models, if you want to edit, that also you can do. If you click on this button, then create a copy, then here you can edit. Okay, suppose I want to increase this pin length, okay, from 2.24 to 3. That also you can create. Then click enter, it is increased, then save. Okay, now we can switch and here you can see pin length is increased. Okay, so like that you can modify. And if you want to add footprint, so go for new. So here we can create. Otherwise, if you want to go with wizard option also we having, or existing file also we can add. Okay, so from there we can select the package and we can create. And if you want to add any other model files like simulation spice model file, so those also we can add. So once it's done, then you can create and save it. Once you save, then right click or go to file, then save to server, so it will upload to your Altium 365 workspace. Okay, so validation you can do, after that release. Okay, so any release note if you want to provide, that also you can mention and then go for OK, so it will upload to release to your server. So it's uploaded successfully. Then if you go to project, view, panel, explore option, then from the explore option you can select Altium 365 workspace, and from the workspace you can check your components. So from there we can access, and once it's done, then even we can migrate also. If you having existing components, so go to file, library migrator, and we can add your existing components. Click on this add button. Then from there, suppose I want to add our existing integrated library, so that one you can select and click on open. So it will analyze your libraries and it will loading, then it will split, like split means like model files. Okay, so here you can see each and every model files are available for this integrated library. Okay, once it's done, then you can validate, then message window will open if anything error or warning is there, so it will show. Once it's done, then go for migrate. So your existing library will migrate to our Altium 365 cloud space. So this release time will depend on your internet connection. So our library migration process is under process. So it is releasing one by one. And here you can see this time also calculated. So once it's done, so here it will show the pop-up migration is successfully completed, and here you can see the component number, then models number, then templates number, everything it will show. And if you want to open log file, so that also you can open, otherwise close. So this is migrated, and if you want to remove, so that also we can do, remove from migration. Okay, so like that we can do. And this one is for the integrated library. So apart from that, if you have only PCB library or schematic library, so that also we can upload. Okay, so like that we can upload. And if you want to remove from your cloud space, so that also you can do from the remove from migration. Okay, so migration is done, and from the panel explore option, from there we can check. Okay, the migrated file will upload as per the folder name. Okay, so it will automatically add under the folder. From there also we can directly add your components. Okay, this option also available. And if you having panels, so just close this one. So from the our manufacturer part search, we can directly compare our components. Like here you can search with your part number of the component. Okay, directly you can search. So let's search LM 2596. So here you can see many components there, so you can compare also with this too. So automatically here comparison is created, so you can check with this and you can whatever you want, which one you want to select, so you can select and check, compare, then we can directly acquire it under your workspace. So each and every time you no need to go to manufacturer part search, so directly from your workspace you can check, click OK, and it will directly acquire to your workspace, and you have to save it under the server. If you want to change anything, so here you can modify. Once it's done, save it, then right click, save to server. Like that, release note you can provide, then click OK. So our existing component as well as new component we can create, and we can save it over Altium 365 workspace, and we can use it. Okay, so now if you if we switch to web browser, so here you can directly log into Altium 365 workspace with this website. And here we have to log in. So with any web browser you can access Altium 365 workspace. So here you can see if you add any project, so it will comes under project, and if you add any components, so it will comes under components. So here you can see folder wise it is categorized. So from there you can directly open like capacitors or something, or you can search also with name. Okay, so here you can see this one I have uploaded LM2596. Okay, so directly you can, if you want to delete or something, so that also you can do from there. And we having part request. So suppose if you want to create any part, so that also we can send the request, add request. Then here you can provide which part you want to create, so those details you can input here, like the manufacturer, then manufacturer, part number also you can provide, VT, then manufacturer part number, and provide manufacturer part number, and request ID automatically it will generate, then state open or new or project completed or cancelled. So like that, if you want to create a new request, so it will be new, then acquire date you can select, then assign to whom you want to assign. So your team member email ID you can provide here, then component type you can choose. Okay, so whatever type you have created, so that will show here, and from there you can select. If you want to add any parameters, that also you can add. Okay, then description you can provide, or any image if you want to attach, so that also we can attach here, then save it. So if you assign to anyone, so he will receive a email. Okay, so just you have to provide his email ID here. Okay, so he will receive a email for the part request has been created, like that. So once it's done, so after that you can edit it also. So here, from here you can filter like it's new or completed or rejected, so like that you can filter. And if it's done, so you can edit also. Okay, go for edit and close this one or complete it. So like that we can create part request, and if you add any components to your server, so it will listed here. Even we can upload our project file also, like file, go to open project, your existing open project. Let me browse. So project file directly you can open from your local storage, and here you can see it is not available, so directly you can right click and you can share also, or if you connect to your company server, so directly we can upload it. File, open project, examples, Bluetooth. So this one you can open, then save it, then so first we have to connect to your workspace. So it was log out, so that's why this uh, option was not coming. So now you can make your project available online. If you click, so it will upload to your workspace. So any team member also access this one. So once you upload it, so your team member also access from your workspace. And real-time editing, everything if you change, then under we can release this one and we can save it to your server, and real-time editing and everything if any changes is done, so that also we can see. Okay, so under projects you can go, and from the project here you can see less than 1 minute ago I have uploaded this one, so you can view this one. So from the web browser also we can share, if you want to share any team member. So if here you can type your uh, team member's email ID and we can share it, and there is sharing option also there. He can view it only, or you can he can edit it. Okay, So if you want to share your files with outside of your organization, so you can select this scan view option. And if you want to share with your internal team members, so you can select can edit option, so they can download it and they can use it. Okay, and here you can provide access also, so they can view or edit. Okay, like that you can provide and click on the share button, so they will get a mail as well as notification from Altium 365 through email. They will notify and they can open these files. Okay, and if you open the file, so here you can see your schematic PCB data with 2D model, 2D view and 3D view we can check. Then suppliers information, manufacturing data, each and everything we can search through Altium 365. Thank you for your attention and time. And we having some exclusive pricing offer for Altium designers, so you can visit our website www.vvdntools.com offers page. So limited offers is there, so you can get it and you can reach us if you want to add more seats or new license requirements is there. And if you have any questions on this session, so you can unmute yourself and you can ask.